Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again on this Saturday. It's a beautiful Saturday. Nice weather's pretty good. Um, just want to talk a little bit about the game real quick and then going forward, right? What we need to do, um, some things we haven't done that we need to do, and things of that nature. So, just a quick recap of the game. You guys know what the result was. Cowboys get the win. It was an ugly win, but still a win indeed. I'd rather have an ugly win than a good loss. How about that? And you can stamp that one. um, Taysom Hill gave us four pieces of candy as an interceptions. J. Ron Curse on that first one on that toe drag outside of the, oh my god, like that. Like these guys do ballet in the off season because these guys are definitely athletic. Because that toe drag swag, they need to call this team the Dallas toe drag boys. That's what they need to be. The Dallas toe drag boys. That's their new name. That's what they need to be. But J. Ron Curse got that one. I said Stephon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs, high pointed one for interception. Then Demonte KZ got one. And then, of course, to cap it all off at the end, your boy, the big boy, Carlos Watkins with the pick six for the to put the nail in the coffin to win the game. Now, with this Saints team, I know their defense is good. That's their bread and butter right now. We know that they lost Jameis Winston for the year. All they have is Trevor Siemian and Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill hurt his finger in the game. But I feel like the score should have been farther away than that. Like, we should have been beating them way better than what we did. I'm a little disappointed in that, kind of. And I just feel like we got to do better on offense. We didn't play well on offense. I don't know what's going on with, and I do know, I kind of sat back and started thinking about it a little bit, but I'm going to give you guys some scenarios of some of the reasons why our offense is kind of sputtering. Because some of it has to do with injuries, some of it has to do with Dak Prescott's, his calf and stuff. He's still dealing with stuff like that. Like, people don't think about that, but that's a factor. Not to make any excuses, but it is what it is. It's football. You get injuries, things happen, but you got to keep moving. You got to keep churning. Now, our defense is playing well, and then we're getting even more guys back because DeMarcus Lawrence is the first time we've seen him play since week 1. He came out there. They had him on a pitch count, which I told you that's what they were going to do. Some of you guys don't understand that, like, when you're out for a long time in football shape is a different type of shape. You can be physically fit, but playing football is a different type of shape. Understand that. You can only be in football shape unless you play football. You got to play it to be in shape. So even though DeMarcus Lawrence has played this game for a long time, if you're out, almost 3 months he was out, you still got to come back on some type of pitch count. You just can't come back and just be like, oh, I'm great. I like how they played him sparingly. I think he played a little bit more than the initial pitch count that they wanted, but he did provide some pressure in that game. He did bat like 2 balls in the game. He was one of the reasons why one of them was should have been a turnover. Should have been a fumble, but they called it forward progress, which is bullshit. These refs are ridiculous, man. The ball went backwards. It went lateral. It didn't go forward. So to me, that's inconclusive, but whatever. But you got D-Law back. You're going to get Randy Gregory back next. Because did y'all see Randy Gregory on the sideline? He was waving goodbye to the fans. Everybody was waving goodbye to the fans. Randy Gregory was there. He traveled with the team, so that lets you know that he's going to be back. Randy Gregory's going to be back next week. Neville Gallimore is going to be back next week. And now that Tristan Hill fought that suspension, he only got out 1 game as opposed to 2. So that means that he is going to play in this next game too. So you're going to have guys back. This defensive line is going to be good. I feel sorry for Taylor Heineke. He's going to get pressured. heavily so because Washington is on their high horse now because they won a two game win streak all of a sudden. So I'll tell you right now, shout out to Rio though. Rio, your team is gonna y'all play the Raiders this weekend. So but the Cowboys got a 10-game stretch where we can rest. So 10 days of rest to get ready for the Washington team next week. Now, we're not we can just sit back and relax. We ain't got to stress this weekend because we already won on Thursday. We're good. Next week, you guys know, is a tailgate. Those of you guys that are local, those of you guys that are coming from out of town to come to Mark's tailgate, it's going to be lit. Unfortunately, because of my car accident, and I'm in my rental car right now, but I had a lot of stuff going on. I'm not able to DJ this tailgate, but it's cool because there'll be other people around, probably out there playing music as well. So it'll be all right. But we're still gonna have fun now. Now, going forward, I was talking about this offense and the issues that we're having on offense. Dak Prescott, not having some of his wide receivers. You gotta understand, like, that game when we didn't have the Raiders game, primarily, when you didn't have CeeDee Lamb and you didn't have Amari Cooper, you can't tell me that these two guys don't make a difference in the game, because you see how our offense was moving a little more swiftly than it was before because you had both of you guys in there. Now, Amari Cooper only caught like one catch, I think, one or two catches, but the fact that he was out there makes a difference because teams have to attest for him. That's why you can't get rid of Amari Cooper. He makes a difference whether he's getting the ball or not. You can have Amari Cooper out there and not give him the ball at all and still be productive because teams have to attest for him because he is who he is. Now, because I'm not going to go into that, but I can't because apparently the YouTube has their things. So I'm going to say the sickness. You guys know what I'm talking about because he hasn't had the shot for that said sickness. He had lingering effects of it. And you can see in the game, he was tired. He just didn't look like himself. But had he had the said shot, he would have been he would have been more like after having not having the symptoms anymore, he would have been a little better for the game. But after having something like that, and some of you guys know because some of you guys had it. I haven't had it, thank God, but you have lingering effects of it even after you're good to go. So those lingering effects definitely affected Amari in the game. So there's that. But he did get that one long catch, which is really good. That helps. Dak Prescott, I just feel like, his calf isn't 100%, and it's not. And, dealing with that ankle injury, now you're putting more pressure on that leg because you're trying to compensate for other parts of your leg, which is your other muscles. They're working harder. So he's a little slower. He's not running as fast. And Jerry Jones, if you go back to that Falcons game, Jerry Jones didn't like the fact that he ran in for that touchdown. You remember that in that Falcons game? He didn't like that. He was like, I don't need my $40 million guy coming off of a compound fracture in his ankle running like that. And so Jerry doesn't want him to run. I'm pretty sure this coaching staff don't want him to run like that either. There were chances in the game where he could have just ran forward. Now, if I were him, if it's a couple of yards, by all means, go get it, run it, and just get down, slide, take a knee, do something so the play is over. But at the same time, you don't want to put yourself in harm's way. You don't want to get that point where a guy tackling you and breaking your ankle again. You don't need none of that. And I know there's PTSD with that. Now, Dak Prescott's not going to admit that, but there's definitely PTSD with that. You got to understand, put yourself in that situation. That's a hell of an injury. A lot of guys that get an injury like that don't even want to come back and play because it's a mindset. You're like, damn, I don't want to do this shit again because that surgery is not. I mean, he had multiple surgeries on it, so that's a rough injury, and to look at it is rough too. It's like you look down and your ankle's twisted the other way. That's gotta be detrimental, and I don't care how much of a man you think you are, how much a thug you think you are, you're gonna cry. That shit hurts. Like let's be honest. Like we all want to be all masculine and tough. Just because you cry don't mean you're a punk. If it hurt, goddamn it, it hurt. Can't nobody say that, oh, you a punk. Yeah, let me break your shit, snap your shit, and see if you don't cry. I cry. God damn it, I told my patella tendon when I played football. I was on the field I was like Peter Griffin. I was like, but anyway, y'all know. Y'all seen Family Guy, y'all know. But anyway, looking forward to next week. Looking forward to spanking that Washington butt. I'm gonna tell you one thing. We got a bunch of we got all division games coming up except for the Cardinals. Now, we got to be on our P's and Q's, especially when we play the Cardinals, especially if Kyler Murray and D-Hop is playing. You got it, because they got the best record in the NFC right now. You can take the 1 seed if you win out right now. If we beat Washington next week, we clinch the division. That's it. You done already clinched it. 9-4. Clinch that, Joan. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I don't want to. Sorry, I know the video's kind of long. Sorry, but I just had to get this information out. I just had this stuff on my mind. I want to talk about it. I want to talk to you guys about it. But definitely looking forward to next week. Looking for the tailgate. Looking forward to being around the fans and stuff like that, and just enjoying some football in real time. But and just seeing the Washington fans just cry when they come out of the stadium. That's just wonderful. Living here in the DMV and seeing that up close and personal is just wonderful, because it's just like seeing them just walk by crying. Some of them talk stuff. Some of them want to fight you. And it's like, leave me alone. Okay? You're not going to fight me. Okay? So, no, we're not going to fight. We're not going to do that. We're going to have fun, because they're going to be Washington fans that are probably joining the tailgate. That's fine. As long as everybody's cool, that's all that matters. Like, you can talk your little trash, but let's not make it personal, because we grown, we're mature adults, and we could do better than that. So, but again, looking forward to that. Looking forward to playing the Giants again. Looking forward to playing the Eagles again, and Washington twice. So, and then your Cardinals, and that's it. Get ready for the playoffs. What we need to do real quick with Ezekiel Elliott, I feel like they just need to play him on third down at this point until that knee gets better, because he's not 100%. If you're not going to shelf him, because I feel like for these division games, you cannot play him and still win. Our offense just got to be on point. Tony Pollard and Corey Clement can do it. You got two scat backs that are really good at screenplays. Oh yeah, one more thing for a lot of you guys that were talking about Kellen Moore and saying Kellen Moore all of a sudden got to go. Cut that shit out. Because none of you guys were saying Kellen Moore got to go when we were on our winning streak after week 1. Nobody said nothing. Everybody was like, oh, Kellen Moore's a genius. He's the future. He's going to be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. He's not ready to be a head coach yet, and you can see that. Only thing I can say bad about Kellen Moore, he's a young coordinator still learning his craft. Yes, he has a lot of stuff in his bag, but he's still learning. You got these veteran defensive coordinators out here that's been doing. They're old. They've been doing this forever. They know how to play against the stuff that Kellen Moore is doing, right? Because he's young. They're more experienced, so they know. Kellen Moore has to learn how to counteract that. He has to learn to run the ball more. If you go back to his Boise days when he was the most winningest quarterback there, he's in Boise Hall of Fame. Kellen Moore is a pass happy guy. He was when he was at Boise. That's the way that he coaches. But he also has to learn that running the ball is fundamental. When you have a guy like Zeke and Tony Pollard, you need to utilize the guys that you have to the best of their ability. Now, that's the only thing I can say on him. He has to do a better job at running the ball. Not these straight dives up the middle. You have Tyron Smith out there and Lyle Collins. Those are your best tackles right now. You bounce the ball outside, because when we bounce the ball outside, what happened? Tony Pollard had a long game for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott had a better running yards. So, bounce the ball outside, switch it up, because that's what we're going to have to do in the playoffs, because if not, we're not going to win anything. But with that being said, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments section. Let me know if you guys are excited for the Washington game, and let me know if you're going to come to the tailgate, because it's going to be lit. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get this content. I know some of you guys for whatever reason not getting my notifications. That sucks. But for you guys, I guess you just got to keep coming to the channel and just checking it. With that being said, it's your boy E2 Blue.